All right, I was off last weekend, so I'm back here working on the Nasty Norwegian, and we're making some good progress. So while I was gone, Dad kind of re adjusted some things and made sure everything was lined up really good. So today we're drilling all the holes for the brackets, getting the engine, transmission, everything mounted in today. And then last week, Dad really worked on the front end quite a bit. So that's coming along really well, all mounting that all on there and getting it. So it's coming along. We're getting the important stuff done. And that's where we want to be right now, getting all that really important lining up and tightening and making sure everything's where it's going to be so that we can start working on seat placement and roll cage and all that. So it's kind of a slow process now, a lot of little work, but it's very important work. So I know this isn't going to be the most exciting video you watch this series, but I thought it was kind of important to show the process here a little bit on how we bolted in the engine and transmission. So you can't really see here at all, but on the inside of the frames, we've got some angle iron that has bolted to the motor mount plates on the front and the back. And what I'm doing here now is bolting those angle irons onto the side rails. So one of the things that we really wanted to focus on when we built this tractor was that very little of it was actually welded together. We wanted it to be bolted together so that in case something happens, something breaks, we bend our side rail, anything can happen in pulling. And we wanted to make sure that we could take that part off and replace it if we needed to. So it was very important for us to come up with a way to make this almost like a kit, where you could pretty much unbolt it and bolt it all together. So we're using some hardened bolts that are going to hold the whole tractor together, and we'll probably use some nylon locking nuts eventually. Right now we're just kind of using regular nuts to hold it together because we know it's going to all have to come apart. But when we do final assembly, we will use some nylon locking nuts. So I wanted to show from this angle a little bit so you can really see how that engine plate sits in there a little bit more and how it kind of fits in with the frame. So right now we don't have the front end on, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit later, that Dad has been working on. As I said before, he's been working on getting that all set up. But we really wanted to make sure that the engine was bolted in before we really move forward with anything else. So it's just kind of a different angle that you can see. But yeah, it's a lot of bolts, but it should be really, really strong once we get it out and get it finished. This portion here, you can see I'm bolting these angle irons to the back of the tractor. This is where the weight brackets will be mounted to. The wheelie bars will get mounted to these brackets. So these are some very important brackets too. But here you can kind of see how that angle goes into that channel a little bit. And that's how the mounts went for the motor and the transmission as well. But yeah, we tightened everything up, put everything together, and this is going to be what we're going to base everything off of. Now here you get a good look at the front end coming together. Again, we are bolting the front end to the frame. So you can see those little wedges, those will be welded to the side rails, and the frame will just slip on the front of the rails and be bolted together. Now I'm going to come in here and you can see how the rear motor mounts have mounted to the rails, and on that piece of angle we got like 3 bolts on each side, which is going to be plenty. You can see we've got the mid mounts there for the transmission, and then I'm going to get a closer look here and you can see how the rear end bolts in there too. So yeah, this is the process now we've got. Everything is kind of set in place, and now we can just build off of this. If you like what you're seeing, like this video, share it and subscribe to the channel.